Hi there, I'm Rebecca and a really warm welcome back to my channel, PumpkinBecki. In this week's video we're going to be doing a little bit of autumn, festive, seasonal dressing for the garden. I'm going to use the same corner of the garden as I did this time last year, but instead of doing a Halloween inspired area, it's going to be much more autumn. So let's get started. So I went to the garden centre first thing this morning. It is the 7th of October and it is the most glorious early autumn day. It's absolutely blissful. I'm actually slightly struggling with the sunlight because it's so gorgeous. Last year I bought a really beautiful bronze, rich coloured chrysanthemum. It was absolutely vast. I've never seen anything quite like it. It is still going and I'm probably going to use it in this year's setup. But my main plant is going to be this gorgeous, rich red wine coloured chrysanthemum. Absolutely vast, covered in flower, and they're just calling it chrysanthemum red. I've got a large plastic pot here, terracotta coloured, and I filled it with fresh compost and a little bit of slow release fertilizer as well. Plants don't tend to put on an awful lot of growth during this time of the year, but it's good to give it something. My next pot is this very well loved, I think I would call it a bulb planting pot, but I've tended to use it for alpines and it works really nicely. I bought 3 of these beautiful berry laden Pernettya mucronata and I'm going to use those in this pot. You have to be a little bit careful when you're handling them because they are dropping berries. I've also bought this beautiful sedum called Sediform Silver. What we looked at as we were going around the garden centre was how this beautiful wine red colour was going to work with other things in the planters, and we went for this kind of silvery tone. And if this behaves anything like Kent Bell, I should end up with absolutely masses of this sedum everywhere. I've also bought this lovely sedum called purpureum. I love these little almost like rosettes. And I also bought this Scutellaria Texas Rose, which is really pretty. Again, slightly silvery leaves, but these beautiful pink flowers which look lovely with the mixed tones on the berries here. In goes the chrysanthemum. Phew, the sun's gone in a bit. I might actually be able to see what I'm doing. My next plant to go in is this beautiful column-shaped Chamaecyparis lawsoniana. It's called Blue Nate, and it's just going to go into this lovely galvanised planter. To also go with those sort of silvery wine colours, I've got here Heuchera green spice. It's beautiful. It's got these lovely silvery older leaves, and then the younger ones have this sort of wine coloured veining to them. It's really pretty. As I've unpotted it, I've just taken off some of the soil, loosened some of the root ball up, just to give me a little bit of extra space here in the pot. And make sure the crown is about the same level as the new compost level. And some lovely bicolour primula. Then tucked in between those, I'm going to add some more sediform silver. don't be afraid to go quite crazy with your planting on autumn pots, because as I said before, they won't do an awful lot of growing, so they've got plenty of time to look like this. So here's the bronze coloured chrysanthemum that I bought last year. Leaves me a couple of nice convenient spaces under here. And I'm going to pop in a little Heuchera, or two, and then there's still a little bit of space, so I'm going to tuck some of these petunias in. Petunias, primulas. And instead of going for real pumpkins this year, I've gone for these two beautiful terracotta pumpkins. Now, I'm not going to actually display them this way round, because as I say, this year I'm not going Halloween, I'm going autumn. So I'm going to display them that way round. That one's a real pumpkin shape, and the other one is more like an acorn squash. Wow, you could, they've got a really nice wide hole in the bottom, so I reckon you could put a tea light or something inside it. It'd be really great for Halloween, but as I say, I'm going to go autumn and just have the plain side. I really love dressing this side of the garden. It could so easily get forgotten. I'm looking forward to seeing things fill out, more of the flowers coming out, and I think those lovely flamey colours will really start to meld beautifully between all those pots. Right, that is it for this week's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to rate, share and subscribe, and until next time, bye!